Hi, my name is Brittany, and today I'm going to be doing a review of The House in the Cerulean Sea. So I'm really excited about it. I just finished this book last night, or I guess this morning at 3 a.m. And so yeah, I'm really excited about it. Okay, I say that in every video. I'm like, oh, I'm really excited, but I am really excited. This book, The House in the Cerulean Sea, I have heard about it for a few months, and I was like, maybe I'll check it out, and it has a beautiful cover. I mean, just look at that. And I really wanted to read it because of the cover. But then I heard what it was about, and I was like, I don't know. It just didn't. I was like, it seems interesting, but I feel like I might not like it, so I didn't pick it up for a while. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to read it. And I'm glad I did. So the plot of the book, this kind of brings up why I don't like plot summaries of books, because I like to go into books not really knowing what they're about, because it's all about the vibe for me. Like, I like a lot of different books that are about a lot of different things, but it's all about what vibe they give me. And I think I really will focus on the vibe of this book. But just for people that are wondering, the plot of the book, it is about this man named Linus Baker, who is a caseworker for the Department of Magical Youth. I don't know, something like that. So basically in this world, it's like our world, except there are magical beings, and they are put in orphanages and things like that if they do not have a family, and they're all regulated, and there's a lot of rules around it. And he's in charge of making sure the orphanages are up to code. And so he goes to this little house on the Cerulean Sea on a top secret mission. He's told it's classified and everything, and he doesn't really know what he's getting into. And it's this house of kids and the caretaker, and it's his adventures with them, basically. For example, one of the kids is the Antichrist. So, very intriguing. But really what the book's about, which, yes, it's about the plot, but books are so much more than their plot. It's about hope and healing and finding love. It's about acceptance and who you are, and it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I loved it. I absolutely adored it. I have so many pictures of quotes from this book that I absolutely loved. I think it's a great book for healing, for if you've had your heart broken, for if you've ever felt not accepted, for people that are just looking for humor and lightheartedness and hope in society and in the world. It's all of those things. And I mean, definitely, it does have like heavier topics because it deals with these people that are orphans and aren't wanted by society and are rejected by society. But it's a very lighthearted book. It's very funny. I laughed out loud. I don't laugh out loud at books, and I laughed out loud multiple times with this book. It was absolutely wonderful. It melted my heart. It melted my heart, and it will be one of my favorite books of all time. I can tell you right now, it will be. So, I mean, honestly, amazing. Would recommend for anyone. I loved it so much that I didn't want to finish it. Now, usually, like, the best books I've read, I've been like, I can't put this down. I cannot stop reading. But this book was even better than that. It was like, I didn't want to finish it because then it would be done. And so I put off, like, I think it took me like a week to read this, which, like, you might think, well, that's not that long. But it was that good that it was that hard to wait. But I just didn't want to finish it. I didn't want to be done with this world and these characters, and I didn't want to be done reading it for the first time. It's kind of like, okay, the first time I saw The Last Airbender, I hadn't seen it as a child, and I didn't want to finish it because it was so good, experiencing this world for the first time, and it was almost like I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to be done with it, and so I felt the same way about this book, and I mean, I just couldn't recommend it enough. I really couldn't. It's the kind of world that I will revisit and think about and love, and just, gosh, it's a book of joy, and I think we all need that right now. At least I did. But yeah, so gosh darn do I recommend this book. Gosh darn, I recommend it. Brittany approved. Also, I am in a hotel quarantining for my university. I got tested for COVID. It was negative, but we were required to quarantine for 3 days upon arrival in New York State. So here I am, quarantining, and I'll be here for a bit, but I have a beautiful view. I will insert a video of it, but oh my gosh, my heart, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm absolutely loving it. So that was just a little life update. I'm done with my break. Sad, but also excited. I'm excited to get back into things. So yeah, okay. The only problems, in quotes, I had about this book, and I say that very lightly because this will be one of my favorite books of all time for the rest of my life, The only problems I had, there were about 5 typos I noticed. For example, scent was spelled S-E-N-T instead of with a C, and just a few other things like extra space, stuff like that. I noticed typos in almost every book I read, so really it's not, I mean, it's more of an editorial thing. It has nothing to do with writing. I find typos in everything. Like, I find typos in stuff I know about typos. So really, no judgment here. I would like if they do a reprinting, which I'm sure they will, because I see this being amazing. Like, I think it's going to get future editions and stuff. I would love if they fix those, obviously, just, so that they don't take you out of the story at all. Let's see. That's it. That's all I have. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to get into spoilers. So if you haven't read it, leave. Or don't, but please do so you can read it. I mean, it's not, these spoilers aren't going to really spoil that much because you kind of know what's going to happen. It's like, it's a lighthearted book and you know where it's going to go, Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you've read this, talk. Okay, well, don't comment below. Please comment below if you've read this, because I'd love to talk about it more. But oh my gosh, did your heart melt? Were you like, Because I was like, the love story, and then just the kids, and I loved the kids. Oh my gosh. Okay, who was your favorite? I think Talia was my favorite. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but I loved her. She was so funny. Gosh, I loved it. Yeah, I think that was my favorite character. Just the shovels and the threats to Barry, Linus, so funny. Of course I loved Luke. Oh gosh, I loved them all. Oh my gosh, wanting to be a bellhop. The writer, TJ Klune, I don't know how he came up with this stuff because it's just pure genius in my mind. I mean, wanting to be a bellhop, is that not the cutest thing you've ever heard? Gosh, I mean, it was just so adorable and warmed my little heart. And okay, I just absolutely loved it. I might read a few of the lines I liked since this is the spoiler edition. This one's a quote from Arthur. The things we fear the most are often the things we should fear the least. It's irrational, but it's what makes us human. And if we're able to conquer those fears, then there's nothing we're not capable of. I really love Sal's little poem, I guess you could call it, about paper. I am but paper, brittle and thin. I am held up to the sun and it shines right through me. I get written on and I can never be used again. These scratches are a history, they're a story. They tell things for others to read, but they only see the words and not what the words are written upon. I am but paper, and though there are many like me, none are exactly the same. I am parched parchment, I have lines, I have holes. Get me wet and I melt, light me on fire and I burn. Take me in hardened hands and I crumble, I tear. I am but paper, brittle and thin. My heart, so beautiful. Sal's writing, I wanted more. Oh, I really liked when Linus and Sal were talking about his writing, and Sal said, it doesn't make sense sometimes, my thoughts, and I try to write them all down to find an order, and I just related to that. That's how I feel about my writing, a lot of it. Ugh, I have a lot of screenshots of Arthur and Linus's conversations. I loved when Linus was like, okay, this is the lines. Linus felt his skin warm. You were thinking about me? Constantly. Oh, I liked when Linus was talking about why he liked museums, and it says he liked museums. He tried to go to the history museum near his house at least a few times a year on the weekends. He always found something new and everything so old. I mean, I just think these are just such beautifully powerful lines. When all the records got broken, I loved when Linus was talking about how, when something's broken, it's okay. And he said, when something is broken, you can put it back together. It may not fit quite the same or work like it did once before, but that doesn't mean it's no longer useful. Look, see? A bit of glue and a bit of luck, and it'll be right as rain. Why, hanging on your wall, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. I just love that idea that something broken doesn't mean it's useless. Oh yeah, also when Sal said, sometimes things get chipped and broken, but there's still good in them. I really like that. The part where he's Linus, again, spoilers, if you're listening to this and you haven't read it, please go read it. But when Linus figures out what Arthur is, again, I don't want to say it, you know what I'm talking about if you read it, but there's a part where he's Arthur arched an eyebrow. Someone like me? You know what I mean. Then why can't you say it? Linus's chest hitched. A magical creature, yes. Perhaps the rarest of them all, so it would seem. You're... Say it, please. Let me hear you say it. I want to hear it from you. Did anyone else get Twilight vibes? Like, you know that scene in Twilight where Edward is like over Bella's shoulder and he's like, say it. That is exactly what I pictured, and it made me laugh. I know that was not a funny scene, but gosh, it was funny to me. Thanks for watching. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, comment below, please, if you've read it or if you think about reading it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Mwah, I appreciate it.